My name is Kin Moy, former professional fighter turned professional stylist, and this is Dapper Dangerous. Today, I would like to talk to you about the idea of dressing intentionally. Now, for most of us, we just if we don't think about style and we're not really enthusiasts of the practice, we just put on clothes. I mean, you will have a dress code in most of your workplaces, or an event might insinuate a dress code, so you just put on whatever you have that is compliant with the standard of that event. So a lot of times, sort of like anything else, if you don't act intentionally, the results that your actions garner will be sort of mixed. Sometimes you'll get what you're hoping for, sometimes you won't. And I think that a problem or an obstacle that a lot of men have with this is that they don't realize that there are repercussions, however slight and subtle at first, for their appearance and how little or how much effort they put into it. And they might not realize that this will then later come back to either play against them or work for them. So once men start to understand and accept that their image is going to trigger assumptions from other people that can be positive or negative, and that can either help to further their goals or to stand against them, it's then that men start to give more of a regard for the way that they appear and the way that they dress. But until that point, usually their actions are in that realm are just completely haphazard and not very thought through. Once they are more thought through, that's where things get interesting. So for my clients, I try to identify who they are and what they want to show about themselves. And style is visual language. So if you're fluent in that, once you understand who someone is, what they want to convey, and understand the contexts and scenarios in which they're dressing, that creates this Venn diagram in the middle of which you can find what their new curated appearance is going to look like and how that translates to style and clothes. So obviously that's my profession, and I have a lot of skill and knowledge in that realm. And that might be a bit daunting for someone who hasn't spent as much time studying or has not practiced this as much. But something that anyone can do, even if you don't know much about clothes or what they mean. You can think of it maybe less technically than that, but you can just think of a vibe that you're shooting for. For instance, I've got some friends who really like the sort of rugged outdoorsy vibe, and when you think about that, you think about earth tones, you think about brown leather boots and green field jackets and thick cable knit sweaters and maybe some plaid flannel. It brings together, it evokes an image. And if someone's maybe more into athleisure or street style, you start thinking about joggers, and you start thinking about, bomber jackets or whatever. And those are sort of genres, and each genre has its own overarching vibe. But you can also think about, different folks who you know in real life or celebrities that you follow, who they might fit within this genre and then have created their own look and vibe within that. And a lot of times, if you don't have a wealth of technical knowledge, it's easier to actionably start building a wardrobe or a look or a style around vibes that you like. So I would recommend to anyone, start thinking about their own tastes for sure, because if you don't wear things that you like, you're not going to be comfortable with them. But also think about what they want to say about themselves or what's important about themselves. And even if they can't articulate that into words and then into clothes, just think about clothes that make them feel in touch with the aspects of themselves that they want to convey. And then finally, again, check that against the dress requirements of the scenarios and occasions that they dress for. And if you put all of that together, even without a great technical background in menswear or style or whatever, you can craft an image and dress intentionally and style yourself in a way that your appearance generally works for you rather than against you. So that's my thought for today. Let me know what you think in the comments. Tell me if you agree, if you disagree, and if you have any suggestions for future content. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button and the like, and we'll see you next time.